What is up, guys, and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be talking about a really cool product that has come out of Joyo Amplification, and that is the JDI-48. So a few weeks ago, Joyo messaged me and asked if I would like to try out one of their products that was both an active DI box and a reamping box all in one. And at that point, my mind was absolutely blown. I actually had no idea I could get both of those things in one package. And that is where the Joyo JDI-48 comes in. It is both an active DI box and a reamping box all in one. And to me, that will make my life so much easier because for the longest time, I've been juggling back and forth between a dedicated DI box and a dedicated reamp box. So having them both in the same spot, perfect, sounds good to me. My answer to them being, absolutely, send that thing on the first flight here. I would love to check that out. Let's go ahead and take a look at some of the features on the JDI-48, and we'll go ahead and start on the active DI box side. So we have a -6 low cut to 80 Hertz. So if things are just getting a little bit too boomy for you, you can flip that on and that will clean things right up. There is a -15 pad, which I actually have this pad on all the time because I find with that deactivated, things are coming into my computer just a little bit too hot. So having that pad available is a huge help. There is a merge switch, which is right next to the input and the through. And what the merge does is when it's activated, it makes the through a right side input, so you can have a stereo input, a left and right input. On the back, you have a ground lift, a balanced output, and also a 180 flip reverse switch, which the 180 flip reverse, basically it'll flip the phase on your output signal. And then on the reamp side, we have a ground lift on that side as well, an input, an output level knob that you can turn and change the output level. And then on the back, you have your output, which will go directly to your amplifier. So I figured what I'll do is I'll take you guys back here into the computer and I will show you how I use an active DI box and a reamping box using the JDI-48 from Joyo. And before we begin, you could consider this a sponsored video because Joyo did ask me to check out this product, but any thoughts or opinions will be my own. And if you haven't yet, now is a perfect chance for you to subscribe to my channel and hit that bell notifier so that you don't miss a video again. So without further ado, let's get into it. Okay, so here we are in Ableton Live right now, and as you can see, I have the active direct box all hooked up here. I have a yellow TRS, I have a purple TRS, and I have a red XLR. So basically, my guitar, I am playing into the purple TRS and going into the input of the active direct box. Then from there on, that signal is actually being split between the through, which is going out to my amplifier, and the amplifier today I'm using is the Joyo Zombie 2 Bandtamp amplifier. And then in front of that amplifier, of course, I have a tube screamer, I have a noise gate, and in the effects loop, I have a 7-band EQ pedal to help me kind of dial in the tone. And then the other signal from the input is going into the balanced output and from the red XLR cable into my audio interface and into my computer. You can also see that the 48 volt light is on. Being an active direct box, of course, it's going to need some sort of power source, whether that is phantom power, 48 volt, basically the same thing. Whatever your audio interface says, basically it is that. So this is what it sounds like right now with everything. And that's cool. That's the amplifier and the DI signal. And of course, at least my own personal preference on the DI signal, when I'm recording, typically I don't like to hear it. And that is a huge personal preference. If you like to hear it, go ahead, knock yourself out. And this is what it sounds like without the DI signal. I'll go ahead and lower that. So that's a pretty cool amplifier tone right there. I definitely dig that tone for sure. This is what it sounds like with just the DI signal. Okay, so pretty dull, not very exciting. So let's go ahead and raise the amplifier tone, and I'll actually go ahead and lower the DI tone, and let's go ahead and just record a quick guitar riff that we can reamp with the reamping side of the JDI-48. Cool. So that was super easy. That's basically how you use any kind of DI box. And I will catch you guys on the other side of the JDI-48, and let's reamp that guitar track that I just did. Okay, so now I have the reamp side of the JDI-48 all set up. I'm going to go ahead and let it do its thing and reamp, and I will talk to you about it afterwards. Okay, so reamping your guitars is as easy as literally pressing play. So you'll notice that the yellow TRS that is into the output of the reamp side, that was the same one that was in the through. So that one is still going to my Zombie 2 Bandtamp amplifier. And then this XLR right here going into the input of the reamp side is actually coming out of, it looks like output 4. You can see it up there on Ableton. And basically that DI track that I copy and pasted over for the sake of the video is going out of output 4 and into the input of my reamp side. I have the ground lift pushed in, my output level is up all the way, and some of you probably noticed, but it didn't sound quite as hot of a signal as when I was playing it through the active direct box side. And this is something that I've noticed with a lot of reamping boxes that I've used. It never kind of comes out as hot of a signal, but it's nothing you can't remedy with like maybe bumping up the gain just a tiny bit if you are reamping, or even lowering the noise gate side or the threshold on the noise gate so that you can get a hotter signal through it. It's no problem whatsoever, but yes, it doesn't come out quite as hot when you are reamping, and that's just a downfall of it, but honestly, it's nothing you cannot remedy with an easy little tweak. So after fully digging into the JDI-48 from Joyo, I can honestly say that I think this is a really cool piece of equipment. I think my favorite part is that they were able to bring an active DI box and a reamping box into the same unit. And for me, that makes a world of difference because my workflow is better and I'm not juggling back and forth between a dedicated DI box and a dedicated reamp box. And all the different features on this guy, even if you don't use all of them, at least they're there just in case you need to use them. So the JDI-48 from Joyo definitely gets my stamp of approval for sure. And you guys heard it for yourself. The DI signal was nice and clean, and it did exactly what a DI box was supposed to do. And the reamping signal sounded great going through the amplifier, so it did exactly what a reamping box was supposed to do. And that is it for today's video. Thank you so much everyone for watching. If you'd like to get your hands on a JDI-48 from Joyo, I'll have the link for that down in the description below. Also, don't forget to smash that like button, hit the subscribe button, and the bell notifier so that you never miss a video of mine ever again. As always, my name is Chris with High Impact Audio, and I will see you guys next time.